Good afternoon, sir. You were arrested for driving with a license permanently revoked. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. Anyway, there's probable cause for the charge. I'll set his bond. He has a hold. I'll set his bonds at $1,000. No driving unless you have a valid license. Or actually, I'm going to make it 1,500. No driving unless you have a valid license. Next case is Darren Chambers. Good afternoon, Mr. Chambers. Sir, you were arrested for grand theft of a vehicle. It's charged as a first-degree felony, grand theft of first-degree felony, and one kind of organized scheme to defraud. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. So the police are dispatched on the 26th of July regarding a stolen 2025 Bentley valued at $450,000. So let me review this. So the victim was scammed by unknown subjects claiming to be the rightful shipping carrier. Through unknown means, they orchestrated a fraudulent pickup for the victim's vehicle. So it says an unknown black male subjects arrived and took possession of the vehicle from the tow truck driver on July 24th, and then properly parked it in the Miami Beach golf course parking lot. And then just around 12:50 a.m., there's CCTV that shows them arriving to the stolen vehicle and taking possession, utilizing a key. Then the police, Miami police located the vehicle by 350 Northwest 25th Street. They did surveillance. And then Mr. Chambers entered the vehicle. He was taken into the custody with the possession of the car's keys. So there's probable cause for the charges. Count 1, grand theft of a first-degree felony.
But they charged it twice.
No, they charged grand theft. Oh, you're right. They
Yeah.
did. They did. Count 1, grand theft of the vehicle. You want me to split them, or you want me to?
That's fine.
$10,000, count 1, $5,000, count 2, and count 3, organized scheme 2, the fraud. It should be a first-degree felony, but I'll leave it at $2,500. All right, have a nice day. Next is Cristobal Puig, page 4. Sorry, I haven't had me. I gotta remember. Go back to that way.
Yeah.
Hi, Ashley. You're back. Good afternoon, Mr. Puig. You were arrested for felony battery. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. So this is from July 28th. So I'm trying to read.
It's 2022, Jerry, Judge, on
It
page.
says 2025. Yeah, it gives another date, September 17th of 2022.
Right.
Ronnie, he has 2 open batteries. He'll be going to DV tomorrow.
So it's aggravated battery. It says he threw a bottle of Hennessy at the victim, causing a laceration to the top right corner of her forehead. She had to go to the hospital for treatment. The police case number is 2022. Sir, are you currently living with Shaneth Suzeth Garcia?
No, ma'am.
Okay, that's it. That's just yes or no for the stay away order. I don't want you to say anything to incriminate yourself. Sir, you are ordered to stay away from the alleged victim, Shaneth Suzette Garcia. No contact with that victim, either alleged victim, either directly, indirectly, in person, in writing, by telephone, or through third parties. No contact with the victim through social media or other electronic means, and you must stay at least 500 feet away from the victim, her home and school and place of employment at all times. Do not engage in any criminal activity. Do not use or possess illegal drugs. And do not use, purchase, possess, or carry a firearm, gun, weapon, or ammunition. You must immediately surrender any firearms, ammunition, and any concealed weapons permits to the nearest police department and file a receipt with the court. Do you understand the stay away order, sir?
Yes.
All right, there's probable cause for aggravated battery, a second-degree felony. I understand this case is old, from 2022, almost 3 years old. I'm setting a bond, though. I'll set his bond at $3,000. Have a good day, sir. Next is Brian Pitts.
Your Honor, on his traffic, he received a bond of $1, leaving the scene of an accident with property.
So, I'm sorry, what'd you say for Mr. Pitts? Pardon me. Is Brian Pitts, what happened with his traffic? Did he have traffic?
Yes, ma'am. He received a $1 bond on leaving the scene of an accident with property.
Okay, got it. Thank you. Sir, in this case, you were arrested for attempted aggravated fleeing and eluding a police officer after accident or injury or damage, unlawful possession of 4 or fewer identifications, resisting an officer without violence, and false name after arrest. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. So what was it, just fleeing and eluding? No, there's probable cause for fleeing and eluding a police officer after accident, so I'll set that bond. All I had to do was stop the car. Let me see something. But he's on federal probation, so fleeing. There's probable cause for aggravated fleeing and eluding a police officer. It's a $7,500 bond. Count 2, there's probable cause for, it should be unlawful possession of an identification. It looks like he gave him somebody else's driver's license.
Yes.
Unlawful possession of or fraudulent possession of ID. That bond, I'll set it at $2,500. Count 3, resisting without is $500. Oh, count 4, the false name after arrest. I guess I'll split 2 and 3. Count 3 will be $250. Count 4 is $250. Have a good day, sir.
Judge, you said he's out on federal probation?
It looks like that's what the last sentence said, didn't it? The A form?
I missed that.
It said, records check revealed defendant is currently on federal probation. We have issues there. Justin Acevedo, page 5, he's next. Good afternoon, sir. You were arrested for possession of a firearm, weapon, or ammunition in violation of a risk protection order, resisting an officer without violence in violation of a protective injunction. Sorry, Ashley. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. Let me review. It's a traffic stop. He's the driver. He had a firearm on his waist. He was resisting the officer. And he has an active, there's an open injunction. So wouldn't 1 and 3 be the same thing? Or no?
Yes, Judge.
I'll just split them. One's charged as the 3rd-degree felony, and one's charged. Oh, it's possession of a firearm in violation of the injunction. I'll split them. Count 1 is $2,000. Count 2, resisting without, is $500. And count 3, violation of the injunction, is $500. Have a good day, sir. Next we have is Patrick Grimes. Is Mr. Grimes here? Good afternoon, sir. You were arrested for fraudulent use of personal identification, organized scheme to defraud, grand theft, and false name after arrest. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. There's probable cause. You are ordered to stay away from John Terrell, the alleged victim of the fraudulent use of personal identification. No contact with the victim, either directly, indirectly, in person, in writing, by telephone, or through third parties. And stay at least 500 feet away from the victim, his home, school, and place of employment. Stay away from the Embassy Suites Hotel at 3974 Northwest South River Drive in Miami Springs, Florida. I'm setting a bond. Count 1, fraudulent use of personal identification, is $2,500. Count 2, and I'll split 2 and 3. Organized scheme to defraud will be $1,000. Count 3, grand theft, is $1,500. And count 4, false name after arrest, is $500. Oh, and there's a count 5, defrauding an innkeeper. That's $150. Have a good day. Next, we have Jonathan Gomez on page 6. Good afternoon, Mr. Gomez. You were
Good
arrested for grand theft of a vehicle. It's charged as a 2nd-degree felony. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. I don't see a value for the vehicle. It's somebody's BMW, though.
Excuse me,
Yeah.
Your Honor, is this a Spanish case?
I don't think so.
It's English. Thank
No,
you.
I speak English.
Okay.
All right, there's probable cause for grand theft of the vehicle. I'm setting a bond, $2,500. Have a good day. Who else you got here? Next case we have is Robert Cummings, page 6. Good afternoon, sir. You were arrested for burglary to an unoccupied structure or conveyance. It says with prejudice. I don't think there is. Possession of burglary tools and theft of copper utilities. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. So he's cut a hole in the fence to go steal copper wire. There's probable cause for 1 and 2. I'm not sure about 3. It is a theft of, it is probable cause for theft of the utility. Sorry. Count 1, burglary is $2,500. Count 2, possession of burglary tools is $2,500. And count 3, theft of the copper is $2,500. Have a good day.
There's count 2 is how much, I'm sorry?
2,500. So is count 3.
Thank
Count 3, I don't know why it charges a first-degree felony. It should be an F3. Next case is Miguel Torres. Good afternoon, sir. Do you speak English?
Spanish, please.
Sir, you were arrested for possession of a controlled substance, 2 counts, one Suboxone, and the other one is psilocybin mushrooms.
Señor, se le arrestó por poseer una sustancia regulada. Tiene 2 cargos, uno por Suboxone y otro por psilocybin hongos.
And then also resisting an officer without violence and prohibited camping on Miami Beach.
Y también por resistirse a un agente de policía sin violencia y por acampar de manera prohibida en Miami Beach.
I will appoint the public defender's office for you.
Voy a nombrar al abogado de oficio para que lo represente.
Sir, you were ordered to stay away from the 200 block of Miami Beach.
Señor, se le ordena permanecer alejado del bloque 200 de Miami Beach.
No, you're not allowed to go sleep on the beach. Miami Beach has strict rules and they do not allow people to sleep on the beach when the when the beach is closed.
No puede dormir en la playa. El ayuntamiento de Miami Beach tiene unas reglas muy estrictas y no se permite dormir en la playa cuando la playa está cerrada.
Sir, how long have you been living in Miami for?
Señor, ¿cuánto tiempo lleva viviendo en Miami?
2 días.
2 days.
Where'd you live before that?
¿Dónde vivía antes?
Yo vivía en Port Charlotte, trabajaba allá, pero la compañía que trabajaba nos cogieron de zángano, no nos pagaron y yo me tuve que ir porque no iba a trabajar de gratis 5 meses más. Y me tuve que venir de homeless porque no tengo quien me ayude. Tengo dinero y no tengo. I'm
I
sorry.
lived in the
Port Charlotte.
Port Charlotte. Okay.
Mhm.
And the company that I worked for, they didn't pay us. And so I had to leave and I have to come here homeless because I don't have money. I don't have any means.
Where did you live before you came to Miami?
En Port Charlotte. Yo trabajaba para Florida Rebuild but the company they do fraud y no los pagó a nosotros. Estuvimos 5 meses sin de esto y nos deben mucho y yo me tuve que ir porque de gratis yo no puedo trabajar.
Excuse me, interpreter doesn't understand the name of the place. I mean, maybe I'm not from here, so.
Port
Ah,
something, port something.
Port
He's on the
Charlotte.
Or Charlotte,
West Coast.
yes, yeah.
Port Charlotte?
Yes.
Okay,
All right.
okay.
I have to set a bond. You're not in Miami long enough, but I'll lower the bonds.
Yo tengo que poner una fianza, no he estado en Miami el tiempo suficiente, así que le voy a rebajar la fianza.
Count 1 is $500. Count 2 is 500. Count 3, resisting an officer without violence is 500, and count 4 is $1.
Count 5.
Count
Okay.
5 is being in the park after hours. It'll be $1.
Can five, okay. El cargo número 1 son $500, cargo número 2 $500, el cargo número 3 resistirse a un agente de policía son $500 y el cargo número 4 es $1 y el cargo número 5 que es acampar en un lugar prohibido es $1.
All right, good luck to you, sir. Hope things get better for you.
Suerte, señor, espero que le mejoren las cosas.
Next, we have Martin Gonzalez. Page 7. Good afternoon, sir. You were arrested for possession of a weapon by a convicted felon and prohibited camping on Miami Beach. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. All right, so there's probable cause for possession of a weapon by a convicted felon. I'm not ordering him to stay away from 71st Street. He's just sleeping on a bench. Can you throw that out? Count 1 is going to be a bond of $3,500. Sir, you can't be sleeping on the on the benches in Miami Beach. They prohibit camping. Okay, count 2 will be $1. What did I say for count 1? 3,000 or 30?
1,500.
3,500, count 1, $1, count 2. Next is John Kindig. Page 7. Good afternoon, sir. You were arrested for failing to report as required by law, being in the park after hours and prohibited camping on Miami Beach. So the beach is closed from midnight to sunrise. So he's sleeping by the seawall. He's required to register. He's from Nevada, and his last registration date was May 9th, 2024 in Nevada. He's not in compliance. Count 1, there's probable cause for failing to register as required by law. That bond is going to be $2,500. You're also ordered to stay away from Loomis Park. I don't know if 1,000 feet area, just stay away from Loomis Park, which is the area between 5th and 15th Street in Miami Beach, Florida. You're not allowed to go to that location. You must stay away from there, sir. And then count 2 is probable cause for the charge. Prohibited being in the park after hours. I'll set count 2 at $1 and count 3 prohibited camping $1. Miami Beach is really strict. You're not allowed to camp on public property and you can't be sleeping on the beach after hours. Okay, if you get arrested for that, I'm going to set the standard bonds if I see you again, but you have no priors here, so I'm setting those at $1 each. Good luck to you, sir. Then we have Karl Marx. The one we reset.
That hearing had a little bit of everything. Judge Mindy Glazer's docket was packed, but as usual, she handled it with a mix of sharp legal focus, unflappable calm, and a few moments of dry courtroom humor that only a judge with her experience can deliver. We had it all from revoked licenses to luxury car thefts, beach camping violations, and a defendant named Karl Marx. Yes, really. The opening case saw a defendant arrested for driving with a permanently revoked license. Judge Glazer quickly established probable cause and set bond at $1,500, with a clear warning, no driving unless properly licensed. Then came Darren Chambers, charged in a first-degree felony grand theft involving a 2025 Bentley valued at nearly $500,000. The facts read like a crime novel: fraudulent shipping carriers, midnight surveillance footage, and keys in hand. Judge Glazer remained unfazed, breaking the bond down by count and setting it appropriately. Cristobal Puig's case stood out for its seriousness, allegedly throwing a bottle of Hennessy and causing a head injury. Despite the emotional charge, Glazer calmly ensured all procedures were followed, entered a stay-away order, and set bond, without missing a beat. And then there was Miguel Torres, whose entire exchange through a Spanish interpreter offered a glimpse into the challenges faced by recent arrivals with no resources. His account of being underpaid, ending up homeless in Miami, and sleeping on the beach was handled with care. Judge Glazer reduced his bonds while gently reminding him that Miami Beach has strict ordinances about sleeping in public spaces. It was a human moment, and she met it with compassion, not pity. Ryan Pitts, on the other hand, had a bit more going. On fleeing and eluding ID possession, resisting without violence, and giving a false name all while reportedly on federal probation. His bond was set firmly, and Glazer made sure to double-check the paperwork herself, even catching that federal detail at the very end. Throughout the hearing, public defenders worked hard to keep pace, some more prepared than others, and Judge Glazer kept everything on track. She never rushed, but kept the room moving with purpose. One light-hearted moment came when a defendant, arrested for prohibited camping, prompted the judge to remark on Miami Beach's strict sleeping regulations: no resting on benches or beaches, no matter how peaceful the seawall looks after midnight. She reminded more than one defendant that if she saw them again for the same thing, standard bonds would apply. That's her style: measured, reasonable, but never a pushover. Even when the docket took a surreal turn with the introduction of Karl Marx, she didn't blink, just reset the case and moved right along. All in all, it was a classic Glazer hearing. Fast-paced, no nonsense, with moments of empathy and wit. If you found this hearing insightful, consider subscribing, hitting the bell, and letting me know your thoughts in the comments below. I rate everyone.